What's going on, everybody? John B here. And a few weeks ago, a fellow YouTuber sent a little message out asking why we love the Fox Body Mustang. For those of you that don't know, the Fox Body ran from the platform was 1979 to 1993, and it changed over the years, but it's still the same platform. But yeah, the Fox Body to me, when I was growing up, it was the car to have. You had the Mustang or the Camaro, and both of them were great cars. Loved them both. But the Fox Body, the Mustang was always known to be the faster car. Camaro had the handling, Mustang had the speed. And as a kid, you always wanted to go fast. You didn't really care about the handling back then. But yeah, I grew up. My uncle had a early '80s model Fox Body. It was a sedan, orange, and I want to say it was a 4-speed. And I would go out when I was over at his house. I'd go outside and get in his car, pretend like I was driving it, changing gears, stuff like that. And when we would go places, he'd let me change the gears for him and stuff like that. So I always just, something about the Fox Body that I was always drawn to. And when I was 18 or 19, I was 19, I think it was. And I was at work. My mom sent me beat me on my beeper. So I came and called her to see what was going on. And she's like, I just saw a car on a TV show. And basically on Saturday and Sundays, the dealerships would run the cars across the screen saying this is our inventory and come on down and check it out. So she just happened to be watching TV one day and it popped up, and after the show she was watching, and so she was sitting there watching it, and white Mustang came across, and so she called me, told me about it and stuff like that. And I got somebody to cover me at work, and so I came home, got her, and we went to Macon to check out the car. And sure enough, pulled up on the lot, there was a white 90 Mustang GT, 5-speed, great interior, and the car was really clean, and I couldn't find anything wrong with the car when I was looking over it and stuff like that. And so I talked to the dealer. The guy came out, talked to him for a little bit, drove the car. The car ran good. I mean, it's a Mustang. It ran really good. And went back in. We figured we'd just do some paperwork, just to see, what payments could be and stuff like that. And the next thing I know, he's handing keys across the table, stands up, and shakes my hand and goes, "You're the owner of a 90 Mustang GT." And my mom and I just look at each other like, we just bought this car? And didn't put any money down or anything. And he set it up where my payments, because I told him what I could afford payment wise and stuff like that. And the next thing I know, I'm got the keys to a Mustang in my hand, and I was like, on my dream car. And so I was kind of shocked about it. And so my mom and I just went outside and like, are you sure we own this car? And so yeah, I got the car and fell in love with the car. I was already in love with it. And drove it home, realized that the speedometer wasn't quite right on it and stuff like that. And I got out the exit before my mom did, and so I went to go show a friend my car and stuff like that. And as I was going down the highway, meet a sheriff deputy and get pulled over. And I was like, okay. So I went ahead and pulled over because she flipped lights on me as she was coming towards me. So I pulled over and all that, and she pulls up behind me and asked for my license and stuff like that. I told her, and she told me I was speeding, and I was like, well, what was I doing? And she told me what I was doing. I was like, that's not what the speedometer said, and all. And so I tried to explain to her about the car being a new car, hadn't even had it an hour, and this and that, and she wouldn't have any excuses. She was just wanting to write a ticket. So she wrote me a ticket, and so I was like, man. So I went up to my friend's house, showed her the car, and we made some phone calls while I was there, because my friend and her dad ran a record service, and they worked with the sheriff's department doing towing cars and stuff. So we made a few phone calls and explained to the people at the sheriff's department and stuff like that about the car being a new car, the speedometer and all that not being right, and this and that. So they're like, all right, get the speedometer fixed and just tear the ticket up. We'll write it out and all that, because you didn't know that the speedometer was messed up. And kind of finding out why it was messed up was because the car already had a set of gears in it, had a set of 373 gears in it, which threw the speedometer off a pretty good bit, because I think the car came with 308 gears, and so it was a big difference in the performance wise. And the higher the gear, the more low, like get up and go, is geared lower, and so it gets up and goes a lot quicker. So yeah, it was got the car, loved the car, and started doing work to it. Everybody does the bolt-ons and stuff like that, and trying to make it quicker because you got a Mustang. You want to be fast. You want, quarter mile racing and all that kind of stuff. You want to be the faster car, and that right there, just the Mustang taught me a lot about cars, working on and stuff like that. And I just, Mustang community. You go to the drag strip or go anywhere, and there was other Mustangs and stuff like that. And the Mustang community was kind of a tight community because they would actually we were in competition with each other, but we also loved each other's cars. And it was like, if you do this, try this on your car, you can get a little bit more performance out of it, or we tell each other little tips and tricks, and or somebody had a set of tires that were a good set of tires, that grip better and stuff like that. It was always, back then it wasn't internet back then, so we was always back and forth talking to each other at the little meetups or friends that had the cars and stuff like that. So as many of you know, October 2nd, 99 is when I totaled mine out, fell asleep driving and all, and totaled it out. But to me, every right after my accident, I didn't even want, the car was totaled out, but I wanted it, but the insurance wasn't too much to buy back and stuff like that. But like my 5-year, my 10-year, my 15-year, and now I'm going on my 20 years this October of being injured, I've always wanted to buy another Fox body. And to me right now is, I know it's not going to be, it's not reality. I can't buy one, and financially wise, and all, I got a lot more things in life I got to do before I think about another Mustang. But if I do ever have another one, though, I'm going to try to buy, maybe a 87 to 93 model, and I'd rather have a late 89 to 93 model, just because of the body, the different stuff on the motor and stuff like that, and the mass air and all that good stuff. But yeah, I just if I ever get another one, I want to buy one close to stock as possible, because the cars over the years, people ragged them out. A lot of them been wrecked and repaired and stuff like that. And I would love to find one that's in good shape, original shape. And basically right now, I'm not worried about the speed. The cars nowadays, back then, my Mustang, with the little work I had done to it and stuff like that, on a good day, we'll run 13.1, 13.2 in a quarter mile. And back then, that was fast for a car, but now you get little Honda Civics and these little 4-cylinder cars now, little Ford Fusions and stuff like that, whatever they call, are running that with no problem. And so now it's not really about the speed for the Fox body. It's something that, for me now, at my age and stuff like that, my disability, it's something I would just like to have a car to cruise in, go to car shows, and go out to meets and stuff like that, just to have a nice car and cruise up there and say, hey, this is my Fox body still, my Mustang, and it's it's what everybody wanted. But also right now is the prices, because my generation, the era that grew up of Fox bodies, to find a good one, the prices are outrageous. So yeah, it's it'd be kind of hard to find a good one for a good price. But one of the guys I follow on YouTube right now, he took a wrecked one, one that's been all beat up and stuff like that, and he's restoring it. Car looks great, but a lot of his parts being donated, which that's another thing about the Fox body community, is this guy, he calls it the People's Fox, but yeah, the Fox body community, Mustang community, they watch his YouTube. He didn't ask for parts, and the people send him parts, motor parts and body parts and stuff like that. So that's the kind of community he is. They're just this guy, he's built his car, just put on YouTube the process, and talking about things he wanted to do, and people sending him parts and stuff like that from the Mustang community. And I really don't know if however many other communities is going to send parts to people for free, and it's just a support system that I don't know why, but it's the Fox body and some SN95, which is the 94 and newer Mustangs. But yeah, the Fox body community, they're just been strong with each other, with just helping, and that's what I liked about it. And like I said, one day maybe I'll be able to own another Fox body, but until then, I'm just gonna keep on checking them out online and dreaming about them and all that good stuff. But anyways, that was my kind of dream car growing up, the Fox body Mustang. And if you want to, leave in the comments below what your dream car was and what you own and stuff like that. And what your dream car still is. So for me, it's still the Fox body or Porsche 911. So, and for me, the Porsche 911 for need to be an automatic now would be the 964 series. I love that body style, always have. It's air cooled, but yeah, love that body style of the Porsche. And with basically it's a 911, but the code back then was 964. So if you don't know what it is, check it out. I'm sure you'll fall in love with it just as I do. But yeah, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, later.